We're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ready to go.
Yeah.
Live on Facebook.
Yeah.
Let's go, 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 let's go.
You know the frequency, yeah, you know the frequency. Come on, you know the frequency, yeah, you know the frequency.
I've been with my frequency. I've been protecting my energy. I've been upgrading my frequency. No matter what, I protect my energy off the grid.
Yeah. We are back. We've been gone for a long time. We are the Frequency Live with WMB1 Radio. I'm your host, B. Cobb.
Double D, Derek Demers.
Charlie P.
And with Mr. Desmond, she'll be coming in soon or later or next week or week after.
Yes.
And having taken a break too. So just us three.
That's it.
We've been off for a while, guys.
Couple weeks.
We're back now. You know, we got some, adult things that we had to take care of and stuff. So we was dealing with that. So how was your couple of weeks and weekend, guys?
All good, man. All good in the neighborhood, as they say. Everything's good.
I enjoyed a couple weeks off, to be honest.
Yeah.
Good to take a step back.
Yeah.
Enjoy the weekend a little bit.
I've been saying all good because, man, I've been going to a lot of wakes and funerals, man. It's crazy.
Really?
Man. God bless us, man. We're above the mud.
Yeah, there was a lot of deaths in 2024.
Yeah, definitely.
What do you think? 2024 was an interesting year.
Yeah, definitely. Just those numbers, they seem to be like, good, vibrant, good luck numbers, but I don't think it was, man.
Yeah, it
Really?
wasn't great. I don't think it was
No. Nope.
like for me personally, I mean, it was okay.
Yeah.
What was a great year?
Yeah, it's like kind of like seemed like it just went by.
Yeah. Well, we have a great show. Like we do every week. I'm over here just trying to look at my computer, trying to get some video images and stuff. A lot went on the last few weeks, right, guys?
Yeah, we didn't talk about any election results because we didn't run back. So we're gonna touch upon that real quick.
We're gonna talk, we have to discuss. We have no choice but to discuss. And then a lot of people had weird reactions on this election, and we want to talk about it. People unfriending people on Facebook and things of that nature. And then what else we're going to talk about? We're going to talk about the Mike Tyson fight.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. That was very interesting on Netflix. We're going to discuss that, and we're also going to discuss a question that I want to throw out there. It's been going on in my head through discussions. I'm realizing that I think we're in a shift of morals and values in society today. And I think we need to have a discussion about that because there's a lot of things that people are let slide or changing up to think they're fitting in some sort, in my opinion. So we're going to discuss that. So we're going to get right into it. I want to get right into the frequency news with Double D. The news with Double D.
Okay, we have some big election results.
Mm-hmm.
Berto, you want me dinner, by the way?
I do already.
Okay. So Trump was going to win. I don't want to blow here. I did say Trump was going to win.
Mm-hmm.
He did win. Don't say a landslide, but he won the electoral college. He won the popular vote.
Mm-hmm.
The Republicans won the House. They won the Senate.
Mm-hmm.
Out of 50 states, Republicans took 31 of them. They won all 7 battleground states.
Yeah.
It was huge, right? The election was going to be decided in those 7 battleground states.
Mm-hmm.
He ran the table on them.
Yeah.
And also, in all 50 states, he gained more votes than 2020.
Mm.
Okay, so I think they're kind of used. So even in like New York, which is heavily Democratic, in 2020, Trump got 37% of the vote. In 2024, he got 44%.
Mhm.
So he gained 6% in Massachusetts, which is wicked liberal.
Mm-hmm.
He gained 4% in New Jersey. He gained 5%. Florida, 5%. California, a liberal, he gained 4.5%.
Mm.
So
you said 65%
Mm.
total. What was the percentage that came up
for what?
for the voting? Like the total numbers, like
The popular vote?
yeah,
The popular, I think he had like 50 something percent. She had like 47%.
but combined, See, I came across this um, numbers of that. It was 65% total for the whole country that came out and vote. Trump won 37% of that 65%.
Of the voters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so that's yeah, that's the closest number I got as of today. Those are it was 65% total for a very essential election. Do you think that should have been up? More than 65%.
I expected it would be more than 65%, but I think that it shows, and I think that it's been like that, in every election that, a lot of the country doesn't vote and use
Yeah,
that,
true.
and you wonder why. Um,
This is not off topic, is it?
no, it's not our topic because we want to review the whole election in itself. I don't know because even when you speak on just let's bring it back to local, the percentage of people that vote locally is in the single digits.
Yeah, so it's very, very low.
Yeah.
Embarrassing.
Yeah.
But I mean, 65% of people voting is still a lot of people,
Yeah.
right? It's 2/3 of the country going qualified voters going out to vote.
Yeah. But then you want to look at a different perspective, and you're looking at 65%, but then you still got 35% of that's a lot of people too that didn't vote.
Yeah.
Yeah, you figured the total numbers that the president-elect got was 35%.
Yeah.
And of that 65%, so just think of all the votes that Trump got.
Yeah.
That's how many people didn't vote.
Yeah.
In this country.
Yeah.
I think voting should be on the weekend, number one, where most people have the day off. It'll be easier, especially, most people got to go to work.
So why do you think you have to do it on a Tuesday?
I don't know.
I'll look at it.
Probably is. Yeah, it's just a Super Tuesday, and it goes back so long. You see black and white signs with voting on Tuesday. It's been so long. It's just an American tradition that they probably just didn't get rid of. But how many times? I mean, how do we? If we change it up again, how many things do we really have to keep dumbing down the election? It's mail-in voting. So nobody
voting.
So how many more things do we have to add to this?
Yeah.
Is it going to get to the point where people are just grabbing the phone and voting? I just think it's too important that we. Although I wish it was, I like when we can vote, but it's just so much stuff that we're dealing with.
Yeah, and people listen. I mean, people still have 12 hours to vote on a Tuesday, right? People generally work 8 hours. They go before work, after work, during work, early voting. People can feel if it's important to them, they're going to go vote.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Do it on the weekend. You're gonna have some people that are, oh my god, I work weekends. I'm going on vacation. There's going to be those people too. So I'd say just the way it is.
You think so? You don't think it should be an easier way? I think that it should be in a different month. I think it should be in the summer month. I think they just want to make it more easy for everybody to vote so you can get more turnout.
Yeah, but if we do it on the summer month, just think that for expiration of the election should be towards the latter part of the year, because now you have 6 months. Just picture Biden being in office in June, and now President like Trump has to wait all the way to January
Yeah.
to start his term.
Yeah, he's a lame duck.
Yeah, so for 6 months, there's so many things that, and I think the reason why they do it at the tail end is because it's 60 days or a month and a half, where yeah, probably a month and a half
Yeah.
because he takes over January 20th or so. So I just think it's more where he can just step in at the beginning of the year and say, boom, I'm the guy. And if you wait early in the summer, that's a long, long time for someone sitting for his seat, right?
Yeah, I understand that perspective. I get it.
So what do you think about Trump winning?
All right, let's get into it.
Let's go.
Something like I wrote on my Facebook page where it's like, okay, obviously everyone know I was going for Kamala for that was who I voted for. But my mindset is this: is that okay, prove me wrong.
Yeah.
Like I want you to prove me wrong. I want you to do everything that I probably argued before this whole election. I want you to prove me wrong. So, I'll support him whatever he does. I'm is a support or
Give him a chance.
I'll give him a chance. Okay, I'll give him a chance. There's no bad blood. I don't feel bad. I'm not pissed off. A lot of people took this personal.
Yeah, I understand. I don't understand.
Yeah, and I think that is just the "I told you so" or "ha ha ha" or this and that, whatever stuff where people are in the feelings.
People want to be right. Yeah, people want.
They want to be right. It's like, okay, you're right that he got elected. You can't say that you're right that he's the best person for the job. We will see.
No, so when I say he's right, the people that voted Democrats that are salty over this,
Yeah,
is because they want to be right and they were wrong.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I wasn't salty. I just because I knew I had a chance to win.
not you, but
Yeah.
there are some people that are like beside themselves because Trump got elected.
Mhm.
So I mean, I sit back and I want to sit back. I want everyone to sit back and be like, why did he get elected?
Yeah.
He got so many more votes.
Yeah, he got a lot of votes.
So
Why
did he get elected?
And that's the question. Why? Because he got a lot more votes. Now, there's a lot of variables and context that goes into this. Where Joe Biden, I felt like should not even been running for a second term. And I think that messed up the situation on the Democrat side. I think Kamala did as good as she can do with the limited times that she had to do it for. So that was against the Democratic Party. You disagree?
I do.
Why you disagree?
I disagree because I don't think she was the right candidate for the job. To be honest with you, and I say that no disrespect to her as a person, but like what she brought to the table. This is my opinion. Okay, what she brought to the table 4 years ago when she ran for office and got like 0 votes. She was like the first one out. She was so far to the left. People weren't responding to her. And now she was the vice president. Okay, fine. But then when she came to be elected, people remember that. People knew where her stances were. Tried to distance herself from Biden and where she was 4 years ago. But I don't think that resonated with people.
Okay.
I think the longer she was trying to be president, the further she was away from it. Like in other words, like when they had the Democratic convention,
Yeah.
She got an uptick. I think so there was some positive, right? But then when she started being out on the trail, and chit chatting and talking and trying to win the presidency, I think she was going downhill. Just what I saw.
The majority of this country, well, the Democratic Party thought Biden was that top choice because they didn't try to change anything up until the last part of the year, where they were trying to really change what candidate they were going to have represent the Democratic Party. And so that was I just think that the Democratic Party was just too lax on their choices. And when the witching hour came, they had to make a quick change. The quickest change they could be done is actually with the vice president.
I mean, I agree with that, but So I think there are some things we don't know. Like, did Biden say, "Yo, I'm gonna be running for president"? Like, whose choice was it? Was he telling like the party, "No, I'm gonna be running. I'm president. I'm running for another term," and they didn't really want him because they knew he was probably not gonna do it. So was there some infighting that we didn't know about? Because what he should have done, he should have stepped down 2 years ago or made it known, I'm not running for president.
We don't know, but I think that maybe the Democrat Party was proactive because it's just they feel like if Biden beat Trump, there's no way Trump could beat Biden again. But what messed everything up is all right. They were going Biden up first, but then when you had that debate where Biden looks terrible, what are we gonna do? Because it was gonna be even more of a blowout if Biden was to run it. Just be right off that debate, because Biden was not going to do anything to get any traction back. There's no way.
So I think you're missing an important dynamic
Well,
that I see.
okay.
Because you can say Biden, you can say Kamala. The American people, I feel, voted for the stuff that they were doing, like
Okay,
the border, the economy, all these things that resonated with people, that was a concern for them. They voted that way. So whether it was Biden, Kamala, whoever, they were like, people were like, no, we're not doing this again. Right?
But you know what? And I agree. But there was no one else. There in the Democratic side, there was no one else saying, raising their hand. I want to be president. Who else was doing it? There was. I can't think of anyone that was ready to kind of put their,
Well, that's because Biden was there.
yeah,
And Biden said he was going to run for another term.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It wasn't until like just 6 months, right? The last 6 months that he was after the debate and what have you,
Mhm.
that he was like, all right, this ain't going to work. And they kind of, at that point, I think they kind of voted him out and said, his donors started like pulling back, you're not going to make it. And I think that's when Kamala went in there.
yeah. And the Democratic Party is just too overconfident in every single election.
I don't think they listen to the people
they're
at all.
Just so overconfident. All right, so if 15 million people don't show up, we're still going to win. And that was their mindset. They just think that they're even if we just kind of half-ass it and just go through the motions, we're still going to win. And that's what they do in every single election. They always think they're going to win. And I think that's a problem. And it needs to be fixed. So the thing is saying, well, let's deal with it. How are we going to fix it? Where's the solution? And I think they're a long way off. There's a long way off. And they think that they're going to, well, after Trump, who fills in after this? Who's the Republican candidate that's going to come up and step up?
The vice president.
Yeah. Do you have that much confidence in him to do something?
No, so I mean, not yet. He hasn't done anything, right? But that's normally the progressive, right?
Yeah.
Like, Bill Clinton, and then it was
Cool.
right? So it's kind of like that's typically the way it goes. So I mean, if he's serviceable as a vice president and like people like him, he'll probably be the next one in line.
And that goes into what I want to talk about. Like, I want to really get that idea into Trump's policies and also with the people that he's starting to put in his administration. That is going to more or less, like someone like J.D. Vance, the vice president. He only's been a senator for a year and a half. Not much experience.
I mean, Obama didn't have much experience. He got good in it too.
But he had a lot of people around him who had a lot of experience. That's the main reason why he picked Biden as vice president. Like he knew that I don't know everything. And the people that he, I think, and this is where I'm kind of skeptical, which I hope he proves me wrong, is the people that he's putting around. I think there's a lot of yes people, the people that will do the things that he wants to do. The people in the last administration who have no experience in how things work, how to, at least protect our democracy, is, you got someone like the Attorney General Gates. Now this guy was accused of, being with a younger child.
Yeah, I don't know so much about his pick, but I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah.
Just from him being accused of that, you can pick someone
That's
else.
what to be the leader of the criminal justice, basically the criminal justice system. You're the attorney general, y'all him, and y'all, you have that accusation.
Yeah. Listen, I always try to be honest, right? I wouldn't have picked him.
Yeah.
But he can say he picks all these guys that we think that are unqualified, right? It's easier for him to say, all right, guess what? You ain't doing the job. See you later. Mr. Gates, you're gone.
Mm-hmm.
And what? And everybody in the country is going to say, all time, what took you so long? And then he picks someone else that probably, he's not going to lose no matter what. He's fulfilling his obligation to all the loyalty that these candidates gave him, right? So he's going to kind of put him in place. And as soon as something goes,
But he's proved that he, like in his first administration, he's not afraid to fire people.
Yeah.
Right. So he'll do the same thing with Gates or whatever.
Yeah. And it would.
But he will fire people if they do what he wants them to do. And with Trump, I don't feel like he really understands the whole aspect of how government works, in my opinion. That's why I'm scared that people, even the generals, he's gonna pick around him and things of that nature. I could be wrong.
Listen, I like it.
He doesn't want it to work. Like you talk about, he doesn't understand about how it works, but he's going to always put things in place to work for him in the way he wants it. So he doesn't care if we all have this perception that Mr. Trump it's got to work this way, and he's going to put it in the direction that he wants it to go through loyalty, through everything, and he doesn't listen. He doesn't have to listen. Some people he does sometimes, but
I'm optimistic that he's going to try to do the better for the country.
Yeah,
my opinion. So who he chooses, and if it's yes people, whatever, but if it's in his vision for the country, I'm not saying everything he does is great, but I'm saying I think he will do what's best for the country.
Yeah,
and I think in his next 4 years, okay, and specifically in the next 2, where he has a House and the Senate behind him, he can almost do whatever he wants, right? Anything that goes in front is going to get right. He has an opportunity to not just do well in the next 4 years, but try to set the table for say J.D. Vance coming, right? Mm-hmm. So he doesn't want to just do all this crazy stuff or whatever, and then everyone's like, we're gonna need a Democrat back in the White House. Yeah. He's gonna want to do some decent things to kind of set things up for the next 4 years after that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And hey, I'm just sitting back and paying my taxes, doing what I have to, and
it's gonna be entertaining.
Yeah.
And the majority of the people voted for him. So what does that tell you though? That tells you that they weren't cool with the border, the economy.
You know what it tells me, Gary? I think Gary, like I was saying, that Trump is a marketing genius. He markets into people's feelings and how they feel. And I completely understand why people feel like he's the better choice. I completely understand. Even though I may disagree, I understand. He went to your feelings and how you feel. With Democrats meet it, they try to explain and be more logical. And people don't pay attention to logic.
People don't pay attention to it. How do you explain everyone crossing the border? And how do you explain putting up illegal immigrants in hotels and not giving them money to our citizens? Mm-hmm. How do you explain that in a way besides what we're seeing?
Because there's reasons for it, and if people ask those questions to these candidates, why is that happening? They're not asking. I never heard someone come out why are so many people coming over the border? Mm-hmm. What is the influx?
Because
why is it okay to give money to this when you're not getting this?
I've heard those answers though.
Okay.
I've heard the Democrat Party say it's because we're like the great USA. There's people that are struggling throughout the world. People are fleeing their countries because of whatever, they're being persecuted or climate change or whatever reason they're leaving their country to come in. But that's fine. Listen, I love to help people. I really do. I think you know that. Okay. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, me, because I did vote for Trump, mm-hmm. Right? People deleted me. I did vote for Trump. Right?
We're gonna get.
I forgot to delete you.
I did. I voted for him, but the reasons that I saw. But it's people see that. It makes a difference. You know, you can't, as much as you want to help people, we need to help our own people first.
We do.
Okay.
We do, but because we also have a responsibility. People need to understand that the reason why we're so powerful because we are the leader, we are the leader of the free world, not just not America.
I completely
And
agree.
it comes with responsibility. Now, our people abusing our systems, I completely understand that. Like I do, I want a type of border system. I really do. Like, do I want our tax money to be paid for people with, for housing and everything like that when housing is going up for us? Hell no, I don't. I don't. So how I want to be told as a voter, what are you gonna do? Don't tell me how you're gonna make me feel. Tell me what you're going to do to change. Because I tell you one thing about when Trump, running for president these last couple of terms, it got people more engaged in the whole aspect of how government works.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, people are like, all right, he wants to do this. How are you going to do this? I remember when Trump was running in 2016, and I kept on yelling at the TV. He's talking because you ain't telling me how. You ain't telling me how. I remember this. You ain't how.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was interested. Maybe let's see, and I was like, how? But I didn't vote for him because he never told me how. You know, but yet it's the same campaign where we're stealing your feelings. Okay, got in. It got you there. What are you gonna do? And what can you do? Because we're a nation of laws too. We need to think about that. And I think he's putting people in positions that he can bypass with certain laws that protect our democracy.
Like what?
I think that he's putting a person that is going to be head of the DOJ that he can do however at the DOJ. I could be wrong.
I mean, you say democracy. Like democracy just happened. Like democracy is people voting and going out and voting.
Yeah.
So democracy happening. He was elected president.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
but people need to understand, Hitler was elected too.
listen, please tell me you're not going to compare Hitler with Trump.
If
There's a lot of the history of Hitler. You cannot compare him to Trump.
I'm not saying the person. I'm not saying the person. I'm saying how Hitler took power. I'm not comparing Hitler. Like Trump is like Hitler. Like Hitler was a bad. Like he's no. But how he took power is almost the same playbook. He goes first. Hitler. He discredited the media. Right. He discredited the media, and then what he did was he separated the country, and through what your race and everything like that, right? And he would that's what it was, And then he got elected, and then he put his people who he wanted that was going to do what he wanted him to do to take and stay power.
Yeah, but I mean, listen, Biden puts people in place that to do things that he wanted to do. He put Mayorkas to run the border so everyone could just come through it. Like presidents put people in there that they gonna do. Right, like a police chief or something, they're gonna put their person, deputy, whatever that is gonna do what they want to be done. Isn't that kind of like
I don't know how I didn't pay attention to how Biden was picking his people that he was in his position. I think that a lot of the people that were in position with Obama, he got like for Obama, he's a Democrat, but he had a Republican head person who was head of the FBI, someone who just did not vote for him and thought totally opposite of his policies. That says a lot. That says a lot when you have Republicans in your administration.
Let's see, give Trump a chance.
I'm giving Trump a chance. I'm giving Trump a chance. Like he had JFK. What do you feel about that?
RFK?
Listen,
I love that.
Why?
Because you know what?
And I don't understand. I'm not going to claim to know.
Well, that was Eric's first choice, if you remember.
RFK?
RFK, yeah, first.
Oh, for president?
Yeah.
No, that wasn't my first choice. I like that he was like different.
Okay. Oh, you said you were going to vote for him.
I said I would vote for him before a Democrat.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. But what I like about RFK and like this, really, this means a lot to me. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm not going to speak on his policies, like if he was running for president, or whatever, because I really wasn't paying attention to that.
Mhm.
But him coming in and like talking about the food chain, the shit that's in our food, the vaccines, all this stuff. Listen, I want to know. Like I want to know, and I think he's the man up for the job who was speaking on this stuff, and I want to know,
Mhm.
like, why all these people have Charlie, what's what I'm looking for? Uh, all these kids now.
Food, what?
I didn't write this word down.
Medically?
Yeah, all these kids, autism.
Autism.
Why all these kids have autism now? Like 1 in 30 kids have autism. 20 years ago wasn't nearly that.
Yeah.
Like, why is that? Why? You want to? That's your thing, right? Why? Ask why. Ask what? Why don't we? Why are we not asking why?
That's big pharma.
Right.
They're being allowed to
Yes.
to bring so many different things, and scripts are written at a crazy number. I mean, I think we can all talk about individual scripts that we may get now. As they're just handed out too often, and I think there's a mixture and a lot of things that we're getting prescribed that causes many things in our body.
Over and over.
Yeah,
Over and over, taking it.
yeah.
The stuff that's in our food, steroids,
Mhm.
preserves, all this stuff that they,
Yeah.
We're like the greatest nation on earth, which I feel we are. But we're a leader in obesity.
Yeah.
Right? All the people are obese. Why? It's the shit we're eating.
They say 80 plus percentage
Yeah.
of the stuff in the supermarket.
They don't
It's not
even
good for
they
us.
don't even sell it in other countries.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's ingredients not allowed in other countries. They're banned.
Yeah.
Yeah, America, we put them in our kids' mouth. That's why, to go back to RFK,
Mhm.
I'm very happy with that pick because I feel he's gonna like work on this and make it a point or a platform or whatever to clean it up. That's what I feel.
And like when Trump first came on board, he was going to question a lot of things, right? And so that was his appeal. That was his appeal. Like, guess what? We don't want the same old stuff, so we're gonna we let's go with this dude. He's different. And so they did that. RFK Jr. is going to be similar. He's going to ask some questions. He's already asked some questions. He also made some mistakes, with some more and all that stuff. So, yeah, he's going to ask questions, and so be it. But would I vote for him? No, I probably wouldn't. Have I voted for many people in his family? Yes, I have.
Yeah.
So, and let's just see what's happening. Um, 2025 is something that I'm gonna pay attention, but I think 2026 is the year that I'm really gonna pay attention and see what's going on.
Yeah, because you know how I do the timeline of me. You're not gonna really see the reflection of Trump's policies and what he's doing to the next, like a couple of years after.
Yeah, some of the shows are saying, he should sit back for at least the first 2 years. But I don't think he can sit back because it's too important. That's when the midterms come and there's so much voting. Um, uh, Trump needs to endorse a lot of people and get people on track to kind of extend another 2 years in place, like with the Senate, Congress, and all that. So I think it's real important that he stays as active as possible when it comes to his party.
So let me ask you guys, what do you think? I know that you're not nervous of what to come.
No.
No. What about you, Charlie?
I'm nervous for people that I know that I met, over the years that are immigrants. Worried about that, had numerous friends of mine deported for various reasons, and things wasn't good. Still isn't good for them since they were getting deported. There are reasons why they did, and I get it. I understand, but the just split families that's alarming. That's one thing that I've seen firsthand. Um, I'm not worried about anybody coming to me and based on my nationality or anything like
No,
that. Because
but I'm nervous. Just simply like um, Medicaid. I'm the Affordable Health Care Act.
That's not American, that, right?
What? I'm trying to keep concentration. um, I'm nervous for the Affordable Health Care Act. I'm nervous for Medicaid. I'm nervous for his policies when it comes to the economy because I do disagree what he's trying to do. I think that is going to affect our economy in a more negative way than a positive way.
yeah,
Hope I'm wrong. Reason why I'm worried about Affordable Care Act because not only that Trump won the election, he won the House and Senate, so he has a lot of people that is going to. He has the ability to change these policies, and when people are so enamored and worried about having extra money in their paycheck, which I know, understand, and you want to, but the reason why you may pay the taxes that you pay is because of simple things of I think that everybody should have health care, but that comes at a cost.
Mhm.
I think it's too expensive in America compared to other countries. But that's what we should be attacking. Um, Again, Medicare. Medicare is already tough. If you listen to the horror stories of people trying to get Medicare at an older age, it's tough already. But people want more money in their check. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna cut government spending so people can have more money in their checks. So it's like, what do you do with it?
But I think when the way people voted, it wasn't just money in their taxes, it was money, not spending as much money as the gas station, the grocery store, and everything. So it was.
I mean, one thing they talked about is he wants to stop the abuses. So um, I think that if he stops those abuses that they supposedly already identified, it may.
Like, for an example, I'm sorry to interrupt you because we talked about people getting deported. I think, and don't correct me, I'm wrong. More than half of the construction workers are undocumented immigrants. So you deport them, you have a mass deportation. That's less people that you're going to have in the construction business to build homes. So we have more homes for people to that make that so you can make it affordable.
Mhm.
And because you have less construction people, it's going to change the market of how much you pay the construction people that you can in this country. It's a domino effect. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I do agree with that. And I've said on the show before when we talked about, the border before.
Mhm.
I understand that the workers, the legal workers that are here, landscapers, roofers, builders, whatever, right? That being said, like, there's a problem at the border. So I don't have all the right answers. Like Charlie mentioned, people getting deported. I don't have that right answer. If someone's been in here, and I don't know what Trump's going to do, right?
Well, you spoke on mass deportation.
Yeah, so I know, but does that mean, like, say, people that's come in here in the last 4 years, or people that have been working here paying taxes for 10 years and they're illegal? Like,
If you're all illegal, what I'm saying,
so I don't
our
know.
view is all illegal immigrants. If you are not documented, you is a mass
But
deportation.
don't some people have like amnesty?
Amnesty.
Don't some people have like
That's the thing. I don't know.
Well, that's when denationalization comes in place because they're going to implement that supposedly. So now, someone that is allowed to be here may finally get questioned. Where they talked about how you were nationalized, but there was something wrong the way it was done, and we're going to question it now. So now it becomes denationalization, and that's where some people may be pushed back to their country or their origin. So that they did talk about.
I mean, I'm all in favor, and I said this before too on the show. We bring in 1 million people legally. Why can't we bring in more? Why can't we make it streamlined so we can bring more people in faster legally? Our construction.
I 100%.
Yeah,
Why can't we do that?
Why? And that's the question.
Right. That's
Why can't we do that's the solution is to create a system that we can expedite these situations more quicker as far as more resources at the border. Building a wall and mass deportation seems humane to me because people are trying to come here for a better life because it's messed up on the other side of those walls. You know what I'm saying?
I know, but bro, listen, we can't bring in the whole world.
I 100% agree. And this is why sometimes we gotta help a place like Ukraine. This is why we gotta help. We gotta help because you know something. If we don't help those people and people want to flee because of how they're living, where they gonna come? Here. So that's what I'm saying. It's very difficult. It's not a black. It's not a black or white solution to everything. There's always like, right, if I make this decision, this stuff is going to happen. Can I live with that? If I make this decision, this stuff is going to happen.
Right.
There's nothing. There's no 100% solution for everyone. Right. So we as America, we're in a awkward position of leading of the free world. So that's what I'm saying. People say, all right, mass deport people that don't belong in this country. Don't give no money to these other countries to help them so they can have a decent life and everything like that. No, it's going to happen. Everyone's is going to influx of here. And that's where it's like people need to understand. I get it. It is too much. It is too much, especially in the sanctuary cities. It is too much. It's too a heavy load on the cities, 100%, especially when rent's going up. Why is rent going up? Why? Why is rent going up? Why is the housing market going up the way it is? Why is someone who has a two-bedroom
Apartment?
a two-bedroom what do they call that houses is a wage range.
Yeah.
It's selling for $1 million.
Yeah.
$1 million. That's and I know you're real time. But that's a lot, so you don't have to talk you don't want.
Get your hands out of my pocket.
$1 million.
Wait, I mean, you're talking like Boston or like
No,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
Fairhaven?
right.
Fairhaven
It's
is
like a two-bedroom range rent for $1 million.
for $1 million.
I'm gonna have to look at it.
He put it. I know a person who put it up for $1.5 million. He got $990,000.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So it's like, yo, like good for him. I'm not hating on the game.
Right on the
Good
water.
for him.
Right on the water.
It's on the water that you can probably enjoy.
Property. I mean, come on. You're talking
Waterfront
about property.
We're not in Florida where you have waterfront property for a year round. You have waterfront property, but you're not. You could really enjoy it for maybe 5-6 months out of the year, if that. I think even less. I can understand if you're in a warm state where you can use it year round.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe that ups the value because you're gonna get more use of it. So you're paying $1 million or something like for 6 months out of the year, you're not gonna even enjoy it. And what I found out was somebody's vacation home. It's not even a normal home.
Mm-hmm.
When you got people that want to buy houses and everything like that, and they can't afford them because the market's going up. And with that trend coming in, created the market to go up.
Well, from what I've known, it's the raising of taxes has caused all this. From guidelines from the federal, push down to the state, and then the state go to the cities and towns and causes everything to get elevated.
So you get more taxes.
Yeah.
Percentage of how much the houses
So when the taxes get raised in the city and town, what happens is that means that the homeowners, property owners, are now going to pay even more. So property owners then kind of push it down to the rent, So it's all due to the tax rate and the causes of that is caused everything to get elevated.
So let's put it all together because we're talking about what a Trump economy could possibly be with our new president-elect. Now he's talking about putting tariffs on. It's the same standard when it came to housing stuff. You're gonna put more tariffs, and it's gonna trickle down to who? The consumer. You see what I'm saying? So it's like that's why I'm nervous. I hope I am wrong because I'm not saying I know what the hell I'm talking about. This is only information that I feel like it makes sense to me. Where it's like, wait a minute, if you're gonna put more tariffs, there's no way somebody's gonna eat more tariffs and take less and make less money. No, I'm gonna raise the prices. So y'all gonna pay the tariffs that they're implementing on me. Same thing with the housing. Now, why are they raising taxes? Why are they raising taxes? Because maybe the government is not running fiscally responsible. It's state government.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe they're blowing through money. Maybe that they're who they're hiring or lawsuits and all this other stuff is going on. So now we gotta cover this. So we gotta take more money out of people that own homes or buying homes to implement that money because you just can't print money. Like I know we have done that, but it's just you gotta look at the bigger picture. how it's going to affect us. At the end of the day, it comes down to us.
Yeah, when budgets are proposed at the beginning and they're agreed upon, whether it's state or city level, town level, I think that those fiscal numbers need to be, and we need to stick by them
Yeah.
as a country all the way around.
Mhm.
And if you stick by it, where eventually someone comes in and say, "Look, can we amend it? Can we ask for an amendment and get maybe 50, $60,000 more?" And whether it's infrastructure or police or fire or whatever it may be, um, politicians need to say, "No, this is what we have. This is what we're going by. We cannot do it." And eventually, if we keep on doing that, eventually, as the 2-year terms, 4-year terms go, things become a little bit better. But we need to get more stricter on it. And the American way is that they're not going to be because everyone changes. You have the budgets that get changed all the time, from towns to cities to states to federal. There's always a change on the budget that you agreed upon, and now eventually someone's asking for more money. Just months down the line.
What was he?
Yeah, can I just go back to the border
No,
and Trump for 1 second?
Yeah.
Before we change.
Yeah.
Listen, I can go. I have a very diverse friend list. Okay, with my friends. I can my feed is loaded with like Latinos, Dominican, every they love Trump, and like nationally, he got more Latino vote, more Puerto Rican vote, more Dominican vote, and a lot of these people are by and large they're immigrants, but they think they're legally. So that bothers them too. That people just walk across the border, they got to like do it legally. So he got a lot of that. He got a lot of those votes from people.
My theories is that, especially maybe with that, is that I think that this is going to sound bad. And it's like I want to know your opinion about it. I want everyone both opinion about it. Just a thought. I think the feminist movement really struck a chord on a lot of people. When you look at the LGBTQ rights and the transgenders, and you got transgenders, in sports and things of that nature. That's another emotion that people are feeding into. Where I almost feel like I think men were feeling like they were losing their voice, and I think that that was a chord, especially in certain cultures and communities, that recognize areas again. As a brand genius, I'm gonna feel it. I'm gonna talk about what you feel,
Mhm.
and be honest with you, they're not wrong. I think that the feminist movement, when it started, was a great thing. It was well needed, but on people's standpoints of, men also, I want men to be equal. It started going more towards like the feminine movement. It really had an effect on society in itself, where men could have said, "No, I don't want that," and if we said no, we're the enemy. You understand what I'm saying? And I think that has a little bit of touch in there. I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm just trying to put everything out there to see why did more Latin votes? Why did black men wanted to vote?
Three black men.
Yeah, why?
For Trump.
Yeah.
So
They're not gonna say, "Oh, it's not about her being a woman." I think that the feminist movement was like they got so much power, and then they just human nature. They just
yeah, what bothers me is that like the liberal media says, oh, like people are racist now. Like I don't think people voted. Three black men voted for Trump because they're racist. I think they voted for Trump because of the economy and the border and all the other things that everyone else does.
I never thought Trump was racist. I thought he was prejudiced, and I think he's more of a social class than a race class for him. I don't think he cares you're black or white, but I think he cares if you got money or not.
I mean,
I don't think he cares. Like, if you got money, if you don't got money, I don't think he really cares about you. I think it's a classic. It's not a race.
I mean, I don't really see that. I mean, I don't know that. I'm not in his circle, but I don't really see that.
Yeah, it's, I I just think that with one thing that when it comes to the black male vote for Harris, she lost it because her perception is that she's a cop, and uh, in the black community, just that you really have to just think about it. If you're the man or woman that's putting people away, they really, truly, truly, truly don't want nothing to do with you. For years, if anyone knew I was a police officer, sometimes they just didn't want to talk to me. But I think with her, one of her things is that she was perceived as the man or the woman that was putting people away. And a lot of it was seen in the black community where she was putting people away.
I never thought about that.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
So that's going to be that would be something right off the bat before anyone even listens to anything that she says. They say, "Oh, that's the man." I don't know. I don't know if I can believe her. Trust issues and stuff like that. So,
But even though that stuff wasn't true, though,
well,
they're putting in like a abundance of black people, black men in jail. If you really did your research, it wasn't true.
So, yeah, but it's a position she held.
Yeah, she said
Do you
over on the
think?
trail over and over again. She put, I prosecuted people that that was her,
Yeah.
her sticking or her talking point. I was a prosecutor. I did this. So she did tout that. I'm not saying it was all black men,
Okay.
but she did tout being like a prosecutor. To Charlie's point.
But when do you like? If you're saying it's not factual, right? How long does it take society to pick up the factual information? There's myths, there's all kinds of things that go on, and they last for a very, very long time. Like the issue with Trump's father, they say he's part of the KKK.
Yeah.
Guess what? He was a bystander outside that rally,
Yeah.
and guess what? He could have said something to someone, and it caused him to get out of get your hands off me, and he gets arrested. So, but look how long it's lasted. It lasted since 2016, and it's now finally getting corrected within these last year or two. And to this day, no one could say that he was part of the Ku Klux Klan, but it's out there,
Right.
So with Harris, it's the same particular thing. I mean, the perception is that she's locking up brothers and sisters all over the country, or at least in California, and they're going to jail for 20, 30 years. And so that was the thing that was given to her. She's a big time cop, and I don't want to vote for her. And so that's the. I just wanted to add that to it.
Yeah, sure.
What was the next caption we have on there?
Was it Tyson?
No, character morals, I think it was, right? Double D, election results, you talked about that. Why do you think Trump won?
People deleting.
That's what we're on, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm friendly.
So, try to get that caption up.
Yep, got it.
All right. People, you see, once the election was over and we all knew Trump was winning, people were going back and forth and got to a point where they were like literally writing explanations that they're going to unfriend a lot of their friends because of they supported Trump. So I'm unfriending you if you like it. I'm not of that group. I just want to say, like I said, I hope Trump proves me wrong.
Yeah.
Right. And I hope. And I love healthy debates. I love a back and forth for me because that's the best way that I learn.
We do it all the time.
We do it all the time. A lot of people have a hard time taking their feelings away with debate. You can still be passionate in an argument or a debate. Doesn't mean I hate you. Doesn't mean I don't want to be your friend. Doesn't mean I don't love you anymore. I don't want to. It doesn't mean that we just have difference of opinion. That is fine. With me, I love having discussions with people who have difference of opinions because that's how I learn. You know, and that's how you grow. You know, I just feel like that if even in, maybe in a relationship, you have a difference of opinion, a different way of doing things.
Yeah.
You know, y'all giving me a different perspective, and y'all helping me grow because you're giving me a different perspective, regardless of if I agree with you or not. You're actually adding to my life, in my opinion. So why would I unfriend you? Now, maybe it's the arrogance, maybe it's the delivery of like, yeah, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, ha ha, like, and it's pissing people off. You know, like, I don't know. What do you guys think about the unfriending of people that still vote for someone who you disagree with?
I mean, I told you someone in front of me. And I'll be honest, like I love to appeal to everyone.
Yeah,
Like I don't think I'm a bad person. Like I feel like I'm friendly with everyone. So sometimes it bothers me. And people can they obviously have the right. People can delete me and if I don't know, I don't know. Like I don't know
Yeah.
like if they delete me. But someone sent me a message and deleted it. So that kind of like hurt. I was like, oh my goodness, like really? Because
Yeah.
I did after the election. And it wasn't like I wasn't open or nothing. Listen, I wanted the betterment of the country, right? Like
Yeah.
the majority of Americans voted for Trump. I did. And I just posted like the results on my story.
Yeah.
And I got a response like on my story, like, with the thumbs down, like, really terrible and a peace sign.
Mhm.
And what's that all about? Like,
Yeah.
I clicked on her page, whatever, and I wasn't a friend anymore. And I'm like, I mean, here's someone that I've had interaction with. We actually went on a couple of dates. Burrow knew who exactly it is.
Yeah.
So we're friendly, right? And because she found out that I go Republican, like I get deleted. So it just made me stand back and think like, okay, so are you gonna delete 3 out of 10 black friends that you have? Like that's the reality. So you deleting half of that page because they voted for Trump. Like I know you would never do that, right? You could care less. Like that's your opinion, that's your opinion. Like I don't really care.
it's funny the way I debated throughout the process. People think I would because I show so much passion. At the end of the day, I really don't care.
Yeah.
It's like because there's plenty of presidents that we have lived through who we didn't agree with. You know, this is the way it is. We don't. I don't know if my statement is correct. I could be wrong. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? It is what it is. So why are we our feelings about it? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it's on the frequency of, excuse the pun. Yeah. It's the frequency of how you write and do things. And some people, like with me, I will unfriend some people just because the frequency of what they're posting and how they're posting. I don't want to hear it.
I agree with that.
You talk about how you like the debate, living and learning, and all that. I get that. I'm the same way. But there's sometimes I just like I'm not. You know what? Let me just unfollow, unfriend. It's just too much. And I just say, all right, I have enough. If it was based on just because of Trump and doing this, guess what? Derek won't be on that page. We'll probably be communicating. I pick and choose how I'm doing it. And some of the frequencies is too much for me that I don't really want to go back and forth. The easiest solution is maybe just unfollow and you won't see things. I get it. Some
I don't even
people,
look at it.
some people that I have unfriended, that doesn't mean I won't help them on the street or something. It's just social media. That's where I'm trying to eliminate my contact.
I've unfollowed people.
Yeah.
I didn't unfriend them. I unfollowed people, and so it did bother me because like I don't post like crazy stuff about politics. I'm not like my guy. I don't do so. So I don't think anyone would have a reason to like not like me for my politics.
Yeah.
But I have unfollowed people because I'm tired of seeing every day. It's like this that for both sides. I've unfollowed people that were Republicans that love Trump. And like I can't listen to this shit every day. You know what I'm saying? You can't. We too much, so I unfollow. And they're still friends, but I unfollow. So I think that's fine.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what though, and maybe it's my own like like what do they call it? Guilty. When you like something, you should. Yeah, it might get you pleasure.
Yeah.
I'll come home and I'll put on CNN, and there's certain shows I like to watch that are political shows that are shows that are combative with each other.
Yeah.
And I'm learning from this karma because because all it is like people debunking each other what they're saying through their facts and their vision, how they look at things. And I use that to try to come up with my own perspective. And that's why I like actually the frequency when we go back and forth, where all right, I'm learning this. Let me go back and forth with this person. You know what I'm saying? So I think I think people take it too personal.
Yeah.
They make it too personal. There was an instance, if you see on CNN, I showed my brother this clip where they were having this conversation back and forth, back and forth. Now, do you remember? I'm not on the news where this whole Palestinian Israel thing,
Oh,
where
that's very
Israel,
people going on.
yeah, there's some people going on, and
Yeah.
with the beef and stuff going on, and it's like a mini bomb, and where it's like right, press a button, like there was a bunch of people that had it, right? So they were having a debate, right? And this guy did a sarcastic joke that was inappropriate
Mhm.
to a Palestinian person, brown person. And he says, well, the whole context of it is like, I hope he goes, wait a minute, because your people didn't go off, did it? Like, it was insensitive,
Yeah.
right? To a point where during mid-show he got kicked off. And this is on CNN,
Yeah.
you know?
Haji, I think his name is Haji.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think people I get too emotional. They get too tight about these situations where they cannot have logical conversations to learn about each other. It's just different perspectives. So when it comes to the unfriending, that's I think that comes with the same energy where I saw in the CNN, the same energy. Like, why are you mad at me? There's people who are family to me. They're like we're cousins who married. And you could tell the energy. I'm like, dude, like, let's have a conversation. Why are you? I know you as a person. You know what I'm saying? I know you're not a racist or anything like that, so I'm not even thinking that. I want to know why you like this person, right? They never gave me a straight answer because I wanted to have the conversation go back and forth and try to just battle each other with facts. But he was so emotional, I just let it go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just like, all right, cool. You're gonna vote for who you're gonna vote for. I just want to have a conversation.
Yeah.
You
People.
know?
I just think that social media shouldn't be the communication piece
No.
for people with differences to be talking about it. It's just like when you send someone a text message and then it gets perceived or it gets read as a certain way, and it never was that.
It was
And I
never
think
that way. Yeah.
social media does the same exact thing.
Dog,
So I think
you got like I hate having like serious conversations over text because perception is reality. People, the way you want it to be perceived, they're not gonna receive it. You know what I'm saying? And you don't know how many like arguments with exes where I'm like, I didn't mean it that way, yo. You know what I'm saying? And you're like, yeah.
it's very important.
Because she wasn't picking up the phone and speaking target, but she'll text like a motherfucker. So, yeah, I mean, people like I feel like there's no need to unfriend people. Like at the end of the day, and after the inauguration, we're not gonna forget about it. And we're gonna live our lives because it is what it is. And I just hope that this term is not like I feel, and I think that he was protected by a growing economy with Obama, and that the second part of his administration, he had COVID. So it's like, all right, you don't have this no more. Let's see. It's going to be entertaining.
Yes.
I just say I'm on that. I'm on the fence where Social Security, Medicaid, all that stuff is very important.
Yeah.
Because I'm on in the process of going to apply, so those things are really important. And those are the two things that I really truly will be paying attention. it's enough to sway me in any kind of direction. So, um, but there's some people that are already there, and
They're
so,
scared.
yeah,
But I think
yeah,
I don't want to go back in the conversation, but I feel like that's how people voted throughout this election. Because what you're worried about, Medicare and stuff that's affecting you right now.
yeah,
I feel that people voted like what's affecting them.
Yeah,
Stephen A. Smith. Okay, who I do love Stephen A. He's a little loud guy, right? I do
Yeah,
listen,
yeah.
I do like him when he talks about sports, right? But he has his own podcast now.
Mhm.
He's trying to keep up with us,
Mhm.
and he had in his podcast saying about about minorities, how they giving so much money to people crossing the border. He's like, what about minorities? They don't get credit cards. How about minorities? So people are voting. People vote. Maybe people from the inner city. You're like, I'm struggling big time right now. Yet they get a credit card. They get housing, and so it bothers people.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's it.
No, I get it.
People vote for shit that bothers them
Yeah.
individually.
And you know something, I completely understand if you're going to vote on policy that affect the person that affects you. I totally understand. That's why I believe that Trump is a brand new just because he marketed to the people that he was good. Like Democrats don't know how to talk to the people.
Yes, I agree with that.
They don't know. But are there policies back for us? Because they don't know how to promote it. Because you can promote a good party and this and that, and this shit, this and that, and the DJ's back, and it's this and that, and there's all this, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you have someone who didn't promote much. It's like, yo, the food in there, and the music, and the girls, and all that other stuff, that can happen too.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, when people leave that club,
Yeah.
they realize that the food was good, they realize that the music was good, they realize that. And I think that's what happened in this election. They realized the shit wasn't good last 4 years. You know what I'm saying? The food wasn't good, the DJ wasn't good, we're gonna go something.
But can you say it wasn't good these last 4 years?
But people are struggling.
Yeah, when he got in the office, things were struggling. But see, he started picking back up again. A little. You can't.
I mean, I don't ask the American people. Ask the people if they're struggling enough to pay their bills.
I think we live in a stage of we get with it, we just press his button and we go to the next page, and that's what people want. That's not how life works, and that's what people need to understand. I 100%. Trump, he did his thing. I 100%. But we're gonna see because it's not a precedent. It's not a precedent.
Listen, I'm gonna give him a chance. Okay, we have to. Let's give him a chance.
No.
He's gonna be the president. Let's just give him a chance.
100%. I'm with you on that. We'll see. It's gonna be fun to watch.
Yeah.
It gives me more things to entertain myself with. All right. What we got next?
We have, is there a shift in morals and values, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, I wanted to admit this question I was thinking about. I was like, just through like conversations with a bunch of people, like, we feel like there's a shift in morals and values? And I want to use the election as an example. I was having a conversation with someone. I was like, why are you voting for Trump? And he goes, oh, because he's a good businessman. He goes, I don't care if he has 3 kids with 3 baby mothers.
Mhm.
I don't care that he freaking getting tired of all this stuff like that. I'm like, dude, that's your fucking values, bro. Because you realize this is a man that's going to implement policy that may affect your family.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So now he's ignoring his morals and values for the simple fact of like money.
And that goes on both ways, because they can say to both, they can say a lot of things about Democrats that are running for office throughout the whole spectrum. There's some on, and then so I get what you're saying.
But I'm not doing it in the political realm, but society in general.
Yeah.
If people go just through social media, is one of the values I think that's what you have.
Yeah, but I think this is it's gonna change in the last 20 or 30 years. Like that decline that you're talking about, right? I feel like there is a decline, but it hasn't happened just recently. It's been a gradual decline.
But do you feel like in the last couple of years it's been very noticeable?
I mean,
The mindset mindset of there's no morals and values. Like,
Yeah, maybe social media or something.
yeah,
But just to give you an example, and I don't, not tied to Trump, but you got people like Trump, convictions, and Trump, rape someone, Trump, porn star, whatever. Yeah, these same people like support, P Diddy, or they listen to all his music and buy his. So it's like, what are we talking about? Like, we can't have it both ways.
that's morals and values of society.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's been happening for years now.
Yeah.
We our culture, our entertainment culture, like we like back them, we watch them, we support them.
Yeah.
Half of them
And I'm gonna tell you what, I'm a big Diddy fan. If my brother knows me, I'm Diddy. Like, I love Bad Boy and all that stuff, that era and stuff like that. It's like, I'm gonna tell you, like, to put on a song of this, kind of right now, like, I decided like maybe be able to listen to R. Kelly, but for a while I just felt guilty. Even like I didn't listen to that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Well, what they did is now as we kind of listen to everything, now we're thinking of all the stuff we heard P did doing, R. Kelly did. And so now when you listen to the song and you listen to the lyrics, you say,
You're thinking differently.
oh shit, he's
Yeah.
talking about the girl on the tape,
Yeah.
like, or you start
Triggers
thinking like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, man. So, all right, I guess you can't listen to R. Kelly when you're writing your poetry anymore.
Yeah.
Get them. I that's the way I was like, I can't do it no more.
Yeah,
So,
and that's it's sad that, but people are getting to the point where like, they're accepting it. They accepting certain things, how they present themselves in public. Like, like, I don't know if this falls into the morals and values when they're wearing pajamas.
Oh, I hate that shit.
I hate that.
Somebody else in my house,
pajama mom, as I call them, I do it.
Oh my god! It's the certain type of etiquette of having, the morals and values of how you present yourself.
You go to the store, it's bed clothing, kids.
Yeah.
Bed. It's not for you to be walking down the street and you say, I'm gonna do what I want. But
it's almost like people everyone has a price too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, a moral person is not going to have a price of what they want to do, but it's money.
Mm-hmm.
Getting money. Yeah. Like OnlyFans. This is the first generation of OnlyFans, right? We don't know how it's going to affect the next generation. Right now, they are making money. They're making money by ignoring their morals and values. And these women who are doing OnlyFans are going to have children or have children that they're going to go to school, maybe as teenagers in high school, like, oh, I saw your mother. Damn.
And what's going to cause it?
Now you're older, and now you want to embrace your morals and values. But now, when you're ignoring your morals and values, it's affecting your life now. You see what I'm saying? So
this stuff ain't going away.
It's not going away.
Videos, audios. It's not.
The internet is not that old.
No.
It's very young.
I mean, I listen. I my glass is always half full. I have hope for people, right? I do feel a lot of people still have their morals intact.
Yeah,
I feel that way. I know there are some people that don't, and that's going to continue.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I feel a lot of people still have their morals intact.
Yeah, there's many societies, many communities that haven't even seen some of the things we talked about. Never heard of that. You can mention P. Diddy. Who's that? Never don't know who he is. R. Kelly, and it goes on and on. There's people that are going to maintain their lives in the communities that they have, and they may not even have Facebook or Instagram or anything to do with TikTok.
Yo, to be honest with you, if I didn't have this show, I wouldn't have a social media at this point.
Oh, I say that. I said that a couple of times in the past 6 months. Well, should I stop? And I'm like,
I don't like.
Let me just do my podcast, and I'm like, well, I gotta have social media.
Yeah.
And
because it's easy never to get up to the message in a quick pace. But it bothers me. Like, I'm looking at him like, I'm not getting nothing from it. It's getting to a point where, like, I'll grab my phone and I'm just talking, but I'm not even looking at anything.
Yeah, habit.
It's a habit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then if I need something to do, I'm reading somebody's post, and there's not a lot of like positive stuff. Like y'all good about that. Like, but y'all like that just in general. You know what I'm saying? You post positive stuff, and that's who you are anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's just they're sending me positive stuff just to share between him and I
Mhm.
when I'm going through my shit.
Yeah.
So I know that's who you are. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, when you see things on social media, you see a lot of negative stuff. You see a lot of foul language.
Yeah.
You see a lot of drama between people,
Bullying.
bullying. You know what I'm saying? If it's a person, again, on someone who has a BBL, the people have BBLs, again, on that person that got on them and posting pictures and posting what they're saying and all this other stuff. It's like, man,
Listen, I just know what BBL is.
oh,
Okay.
it's
Well, what you do is just don't. You can read it and check it out, but don't leak. Don't like. Rather, don't like things. And it will just as quick as you've seen it, it's gonna go away.
Yeah.
But if you start liking things, guess what? That's gonna always.
But people want to like because they want to be part of the cool crowd.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
But if you don't want to see it, like the unfollow button is amazing.
yeah,
Okay, I unfollow a lot of people. I still like them or love
Yeah,
them,
yeah.
with people, whatever. But it's like, if I don't want to see, stupid stuff, BBLs or
Yeah, yeah.
whether it's politics, I just unfollow them.
mhm.
It's not my vibe to see this every day. You know what I mean?
I think we just live in like one of my friends always says perception is reality, and that has a lot of truth to it. I always try to fight against it. I say perception. I always try to use like no, a perception is your reality, which that's what it is. You're perceiving something that's true,
Yeah.
that you think is true, but it's a perception. It's your perception. It's not what I intended to mean. You know what I'm saying? So people really, they really fall back and they trust their perception of things. You know, and so now it does to it an opinion, to an judgment that's coming from your perception, which could be more likely because in its assumption false. So, like it goes into that morals and values.
Mhm.
Like I'm a kind of person where it was like, back in the day, if you see a girl dancing all like sexual, what do they say? Oh, she's a hoe.
Yeah, yeah.
But she probably the person is making sure she's going home by herself. She's not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That is true. That is
You know
true.
what I'm saying? So you don't, but the perception.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But my moral advisor be like, I don't want to dictate as a whole. I don't want to judge her. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, let me go, let me talk to her, or let me see a little bit more before I make that judgment of a person, because it's not fair. You don't know that person's morals and values. They could be a virgin, but they just love dancing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Talked about this the other day
yeah.
about
Yeah. Yeah.
it's true. Because it's true, right?
Yeah, it is true. It is true. It's like I dealt with it on a personal level,
Mhm.
because I used to be by a dancing group, and there was a lot of perceptions that was not true.
Yeah.
And it, it sometimes it bothered me because that's not me. You know what I'm saying? It's not me, and I hated it. It to a point where there was, after years of not dancing, I didn't like people bringing it up anymore because I just want to shun that perception.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to shut it down because I don't want to be perceived that way.
Mhm.
The people that knew me as a person and knew that who I was as a person, they didn't judge and have that opinion about it. I could joke around with them about it, but people that didn't know me is that perception. And I always tell my friends like perception is reality. So more or less, you gotta like go through life understanding the perception how people are going to perceive you,
Mhm.
not who you really are.
Well, your past that you just mentioned,
Yeah.
don't let it discourage you. because you still got to do your documentary. You still
Yeah, I
gotta
want to
do
do the
that.
documentary.
You still got to do that.
And maybe
you
it'll
know what?
change the perception.
It's
Yeah.
very,
Maybe not, though.
and it's important that you do things like that.
Yeah.
So, no, you're no, I'm proud of you.
No.
I don't care if you're here or not. I still say it. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I need that. Right there. I'm struggling now.
No,
All
really.
right. So let's get into our last topic of the day. This Mike Tyson, Jake Paul fight. Did we watch it, people?
I did not watch it.
You did not watch it. Did you watch it?
Didn't watch it only because I'm a huge Tyson fan and I know
Yeah.
how these fights go. And I'm glad I didn't watch it because the perception I have now of one of my favorite boxers is it got tarnished a little bit. And well, was you gonna start with me first?
No, go ahead.
Right.
No, go ahead.
Because where I knew Tyson would hit, where he would kind of duck and dodge and then throw that left or right hook,
Mhm.
it didn't come.
Mhm.
There was times that many times there was a initiation of a punch and he stopped and then he moved his other hand a little bit
Mhm.
and the opening was there. And we're all associated. I think we were all associated with fighting some way, some shape or form. But he didn't do what I seen him to do. He didn't do what he was doing last month in his videos.
No.
And so I my Tyson got tarnished a little bit, and I had just that's all I got to say about it. And someone sent me a message and asked me if I was going to watch it, and I said no. I'm a huge Tyson fan, but I can't watch it. I'll be watching the Celtics, and guess what? The Celtics wasn't on that night. I had my days wrong, and they were on the following night.
I watched it and sat down Friday night. What's the most entertaining part of that whole event was the undercards.
Yeah.
They had a female fight that they were going at it.
Yeah.
Great fight to watch. There was two Mexican fighters. Great fight to watch. As far as the Tyson fight, it's sad that boxing has come to this. That you do an event. This was held in Dallas Stadium, right? We all know Dallas Stadium, how big that is. They had 70,000 people there
Mm-hmm.
for this, right? Now Tyson is entertaining. He's very entertaining. Watching this fight, if you know how Tyson fights, he fights with his legs. He fights with his power zone.
Mm-hmm.
With his shoulders. I'm not like a professional boxing analyst, but if you watch out Tyson, it's all this, and he comes up right. Tyson, he this fight was happening in July, but he got hurt. His knee got hurt, so you could tell that he was still a little bit hurt during this fight. So he really didn't have his legs. He's older now. You ever see that Rocky movie? I think it's Rocky Balboa. It's called Rocky Balboa. He's older. And he's like, and the trainer says, you got arthritis in both knees.
Yeah.
This and that, so and so. Because you can't do roll.
Yeah.
He goes, it was an old school, this weightlifting.
Yeah.
That was Tyson. I think Tyson was this old school weightlifting because he couldn't do roll work. And you could tell that he didn't have the stamina,
Mm-hmm.
because if he didn't have the stamina, then he would be able to have that power. There was a couple of, you were right, there was a couple of openings where I was like, if that was young Tyson, Jake Paul would have been knocked out. And I was like, yo, there it is.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, and he pulled back. You know what I'm saying? And then Jake Paul also smart, he fought a smart fight. I'm going to keep Tyson away. Because I get close to him, even though he's 58 years old, almost 60, he catches me in that short space.
Mm-hmm.
Even 58 Tyson's gonna knock you out. But what I was very impressed by, and this is where I'm gonna end it right here, is that when the Jake Paul Tyson fight was about to start, it crashed Netflix.
Yeah.
Netflix. It crashed Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
That tells you how many people were watching and wanted to watch this. So I mean, who does it? Tyson made 20 million.
Yeah, so to me, it was entertainment.
Yeah.
Tyson made 20 million, Paul made 40 million. You know, they was no
and Netflix made the other. Yeah.
playing in Dallas Stadium. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Yeah.
it's entertainment.
It's entertainment.
That's all it is.
But that's what it is. Boxing is becoming like it's a sideshow. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I'll fight one of those guys for 20 million. I will.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
dance around, yeah, I do it.
But and what I tell you though, what I was very impressed by, they had Rosie Perez being one of the boxers analysts during the fight.
Really?
Yeah, and she was good. Because she loves boxing. She was good. But there was a lot of things like you see, like Tyson biting his gloves.
Yeah.
Now, so some people was telling me they felt like that was a sign, like letting them know, Jake Paul, I'm all right.
That's what. Yeah, that's right. I hear the conspiracy thing.
Yeah. It could be. It could be. But it's entertaining. Even before the fight, they
wrestling.
Yeah. Even before the fight, they were talking to Tyson, and Tyson's like, yeah, so and so to the analyst, I love you, because I love you too. Hugging him as he's walking away, showing his bare ass.
Yeah.
I said, this is not real.
I didn't see it, but I heard everyone.
Yeah.
It was hilarious. Tyson don't care, yo. He's just entertaining. Like, he's not the Tyson that we knew. You know what I'm saying? That aggressive dog. You know what I'm saying? He has more love in his heart. You know, he's more laid back.
Age does that too.
Oh yeah, it does. It definitely does. But at the end of the day, too, it was the fight on the undercard was something that a lot of boxing enthusiasts would love.
Yeah.
But what draw everybody to there was the Tyson Jake Paul was just more of a sideshow, if anything.
I do like the route that he was going in when he was managing. Was it Uganda? What's that fighter from Africa? He was training
Oh yeah,
to fight Fury, I think it was. So I wish he would stick with that because I think he has good enough knowledge to produce a heavyweight champ. So I hope he continues with that.
Yeah. What do you feel about Jake Paul as a boxer?
I don't even know.
I want him to kind of fight the contenders that are established with the most boxing federations. Not someone that isn't established or someone that isn't in the rankings. And I think that I think to tell you the truth, I think he'd get more respect by doing that if he just said, "All right, I'm going to get in the ring. I'm going to become." I want to get that WBC or whatever. He wants to get one of those titles. And I think that if he does that, he'll be all right. However, you can't hate him. You can't hate what he's doing. He's definitely financially helping out his family for a very, very long time. You don't see his brother fighting anymore, right?
Yeah, you want to talk about a marketing genius? I'll fight Tyson 40 million.
Yeah, he can call his own shot.
That's what he is. He's a marketing genius. $40 million, and that $40 million is getting a lot more respect than him fighting a legit fighter.
Yeah. He's a guy who go to Dana White and say, "This is what I want.
Yeah,
this is what you're gonna pay me."
Yeah,
that's it.
Like, could you see him boxing Conor McGregor? Now that would be interesting.
I mean, Conor McGregor will knock him out.
You think so in boxing?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Boxing, not MMA. Just
I think it's there would have to be a drastic change on weight class and all that.
Yeah, that's true. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, that's true. But that would have been interesting.
Yeah, like I said, if he just decided, hey, I'm gonna get in the rankings and I'm gonna do it according to the federations that I'm in, and this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fight so and so and try to move myself up the list. And if I get in the top 10, I do it. But he would probably have more. He would be a fan favorite. If he did it that way, he'd probably get more people shooting for him and not calling him a fake or a show fighter. I just think that the body doesn't lie. He's physically in shape, and I don't know. I just wish he would just kind of move over and fight for real.
Yeah.
All right, let's end it here.
Is this the end? I gotta know. I gotta know. I gotta know. Is this the end?
Yes, this is the end of another episode of the Frequency Live on WMB1 Radio. We were gone for a couple of weeks, but we are back. Um, it was a good show, guys. I was really excited to talk about the Trump election because it was such a big deal and people were going in, on it. So, what do you think, man?
Yeah, I think it was a good show. I wanted to speak on the election too.
Yeah.
Not just because Trump won.
Yes, you did. You wanted to gloat.
I just want to talk about it, the results, and so it was a good show. And I like the other topics too.
Yeah. Charlie.
Well, I can't wait to listen. I don't care what either one of you say. You got a video to take the next dinner, right? That has to be live and funky, and whatever it is, and then we can use that. We can use that as a video on Frequency Live.
We'll go live. We'll go live on
You gotta
IG.
do something. With Derek's cutting the steak, this tastes so good, stuff like that.
It tastes like the Tropicana.
I mean, I feel
Tastes like let me cut around the border.
That's a good one.
I'll get my vegetables and get my health care. Oh yeah, contribute to the Trump administration.
Yeah. Gotta do it.
All right. So I want to thank all our listeners and all our watchers. Don't forget, download the WMB1 Radio app where you can listen to us even when you're just driving around at 7:00 evening on Sunday live, or you can just continue watching us on Facebook Live. We'll be back next week. I want to thank all our listeners again. I want to thank Charlie. I want to thank D, and hopefully we'll have Jasmine. Will be back to after November 30th.
Yeah,
coming home. She's in Florida. And we'll have Evan back here also. So thank all our listeners and watchers. We'll be back here next week. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
Thank you.